On October 17th, the New York Times published a report about an airstrike at Gaza's Al-Ahli Al-Arabi hospital that reportedly killed around 500 people. Here's what the report was titled initially. Within 2 hours, the headline had changed twice to reflect how Israel and Hamas were trading blame for the incident. Several other organisations followed suit. A week later, New York Times issued an editor's note stating that the initial report relied heavily on Hamas's claims. Coverage of the Israel-Hamas war has focused on witness-based accounts and single-source statements. It often lacks explicit reminders about the unverified nature of such information.
Anytime the media reports on a story that hasn't been verified, or it's something that they think might be disinformation, it's not enough for them merely to say, we have not been able to independently verify this report. The Israel-Hamas war, it's moving so fast that I'm afraid that some news outlets, even mainstream media news outlets, cut corners, and they just move very quickly to the story. They'll say something perfunctory like, we have not been able to independently verify this account, but, and then they'll roll the tape. But by rolling the tape, by rolling the video clip, they're doing damage. If that is disinformation, right? Too late, they've already spread the disinformation.
On October 30th, the Israeli Foreign Ministry confirmed the death of Shani Luke, a German national allegedly abducted by Hamas militants from the Nova Music Festival in Israel. During an interview, Israeli President Isaac Herzog claimed she had been decapitated.
Has been confirmed as murdered and dead. They found her skull, which means these barbaric, sadistic animals simply chopped off her head when they were attacking and torturing and killing.
This claim was reported as fact by several news organisations, but details of Shani's death remain unknown. Shani's mother has stated that although her body has not been recovered, a fragment of skull that matched her DNA was discovered at the event site, indicating Luke may have died in the initial attack at the music festival.
We can't guarantee that this isn't disinformation and then just make the report, because to the lay public, there's really no distinction in their mind.
About 40 babies, at least, were taken out on gurneys.
The alleged beheading of 40 babies by Hamas militants was also shared widely on social media without verification. Even US President Joe Biden mentioned having seen pictures of beheadings.
That I would see and have confirmed pictures of terrorists beheading children.
Only for the White House to later clarify he was referring to reports of beheadings and not actual images.
The false claims are often exciting and sensational. It gets shared a lot more widely. It often prompts a lot more outrage. And when the eventual debunk comes along, it's boring. The news cycle's moved on. It's not as interesting or exciting or macabre as the original story was. So it doesn't get the same level of traction, and especially not at the people who kind of want to or need to see it the most.
So, even while some media are aligning with an ideological agenda, many are also unwittingly contributing to the spread of misinformation for the sake of staying on top of the news cycle. In a breaking news situation, it's hard to verify information, and that vacuum leads to the spread of disinformation. What makes the problem worse is the legitimacy offered to accounts by social media platforms. In mid-October, a user impersonating an Al Jazeera reporter under the name Farida Khan claimed to possess a video showing a Hamas missile striking Al-Ahli Al-Arabi hospital. This claim was widely reiterated on social media accounts. Questionable narratives have more affinity for monetization on X. Blue ticks provide more legitimacy, and even if such handles share false information, the average user won't investigate every claim.